We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss different observation methods and we are going to discuss the different type of observation. We have already discussed the descriptive research. Descriptive research is having two methods. One is survey and one is observation. We have already discussed the various type of the survey method. In this lecture we are going to discuss different type of observation methods. First, basically we are going to discuss two type of observation. First one is a structured observation and second one is a unstructured observation. Meaning of structured observation is researcher know what they need to observe. This is known as a structured observation. Let's say for example inventory count. Let's say for example if we talk about the structured observation, then researcher is knowing they need to count how many Lux soap which is available in retail store. So it is example of a structured observation. In structured observation, researcher are knowing what they need to observe. If we talk about unstructured observation, in unstructured observation researcher is not knowing what exactly that they need to observe. If we talk the example of unstructured observation, let's say for example behavior of tiger, behavior of any animal, or observing the child playing with new toys. So researcher is not knowing what exactly they need to observe, how they playing, or basically when the child is crying, or basically it is not clear to the researcher what exactly they need to observe. This is come under the unstructured observation. So basically two type of observation: structured, unstructured. Structured means it is clear to researcher what need to observe. Unstructured means it is not clear to researcher what things to be observed. If we talk about again the different type of observation, first one is disguised observation, second one is undisguised observation. Disguised observation is an indirect observation. In this case respondent are unaware that they are being observed. This is example of disguised observation. It is indirect observation. Example, if we are discussing the example of disguised observation, then using the CCTV camera, if somebody is observing your behavior and if you are not aware कि in this premise or in this room the CCTV camera is there, then it is example of a disguised observation. Maybe the researcher is playing a role of the customer and observing the behavior, how customer is purchasing from retail store. Again it is example of a disguised observation. Undisguised observation means customer are aware they are under observation and they are aware कि somebody is observing their behavior. It is known as a undisguised observation. Let's say for example you are aware moderator or faculty is observing your behavior, then it is example of undisguised observation. If you are aware in this premise the CCTV camera is there and somebody is observing your behavior through CCTV camera, it is again the example of undisguised observation. So basically two type of observation is there: disguised and undisguised. Disguised is known as a indirect, undisguised is known as a direct. Indirect means respondent are unaware that they are observed, and undisguised means respondent are aware they are being observed. If we talk about again the different type of observation, first one is natural observation, second one is a contrived observation. If we talk about natural observation means observing customer behavior, observing respondent behavior in a natural environment, then it is example of a natural observation. If we talk about the example of natural observation is researcher is observing the behavior of customer in retail store. Here the retail store is a natural environment and researcher is observing the customer behavior, how they are purchasing. If researcher want to understand the eating habit of a customer, if they will visit the McDonald's store and they will observe the behavior of a customer and understand the eating habit of a customer, then it is a part of a natural observation. If we talk about the contrived observation means observing the customer behavior in a artificial environment. let's say for example taste kitchen, or let's say for example if we will convert the one room like a retail store and we are observing the customer behavior, what things they prefer to purchase or how they prefer to purchase, then it is a example of a contrived observation. Here we are observing the customer behavior in not actual retail store, but we have converted one room like a retail store and we are observing the behavior in artificial environment, how they are purchasing, what they are purchasing, what are the factors important to them. Then it is example of a contrived observation. Next we are moving further about the various observation method. If we talk about various observation method, these are the five various observation methods are there. Personal observation is there, mechanical observation is there, audit, content analysis and trace analysis. So basically these are the different five types of observation method. One by one we are discussing in detail about all the method. First, if we talk about the personal observation method, personal observation is researcher observe actual behavior it occurs. So researcher is personally present at a place and observing the actual behavior as it occurred. For example, the same example, if a researcher want to understand customer behavior at retail store, if personally if researcher is present there and understanding and observing the customer behavior, then it is a part of the personal observation. If we talk about the personal observation, the no attempt to manipulate the phenomenon being observed. If we talk about the example, a researcher might record the traffic counts and observe traffic flow in a department store. These all are the personal observation. Personal meaning of personal observation is personally researcher present at a place and observing the actual phenomenon how it occur. If we want to understand the cause of the accident, if researcher personally present at a place and observing how accident it occur, then it is a part of the personal observation method. If we talk about mechanical observation, means observation is through some mechanical device. This is known as a mechanical observation. There are the some instrument or devices that we can able to use for the mechanical observation. These are the different methods of the mechanical observation. First one is eye tracking monitor, pupillometer, psychogalvanometer, voice speech analyzer and device measuring response latency. These are the different methods of mechanical observation. If we talk about mechanical observation, means researcher is observing customer behavior through CCTV camera, then it is example of a mechanical observation, because here the observation is take place using some mechanical device. If we are moving further, the first method that we are going to discuss, which is of the eye tracking monitor. If we talk about the eye tracking monitor, which monitor the movement of the eyes, basically it used how respondent reads an advertisement or views a TV commercial. Basically using the eye tracking monitor we can able to understand how long the respondent looks at the various parts of a stimulus. Let's say for example, eye tracking monitor is used in retail stores, so many stimulus which is there. Here we can able to understand whether customer give a more importance to the price, or whether customer will give a more importance to the packaging, or whether customer will give a more importance to the advertisement. Here we can able to monitor the movement of the eyes. We can able to understand, let's say for example, if customer looks more for the advertisement, then we can say that the customer uh, advertisement is the most important factor. So using eye tracking monitor we can able to understand the movement of the eye. If we talk about the pupillometer, then pupillometer, using this pupillometer we can able to measure the size of the pupil. If we talk about, this is example of the pupillometer. Here pupillometer is there, using that we can able to measure the size of the pupil. Let's say for example, in this pupillometer, if we talk about, if there is something excited is there, then in this case our size of the pupil is vary. So using that we can able to measure the size of the pupil. Next, that we can say that about the psychogalvanometer. Using the psychogalvanometer, which measure the galvanic skin response or change in the electronic resistance of the skin. Here the example of the psychogalvanometer is there. Let's say for example, if there is some excitement is there, just assume the India and Pakistan match and the last ball, and in this case the India needs 6 runs to win. In this case our heartbeat and our blood pressure is increasing. So using this psychogalvanometer, which will measure the change in our heartbeats, which will measure the change in our blood pressure, using that we can able to measure this is known as a psychogalvanometer. If we talk about the voice speech analysis, so these all are the methods of, again we are going to discuss about the voice speech analysis, which will measure the vibration or the frequency of human voice that accompany emotional reactions are measured. Voice speech analysis, which will measure the variation in voice. Basically, when you are a nervous, then in this case the frequency of the voice is low. When you are a confident, in this case the frequency of the voice is high. So using this voice speech analysis, we can able to measure the variation in a voice. If we talk about the response latency, let's say for example, using response latency, we can able to measure the time a respondent takes before answering a question. If respondent will take more time, then interpretation is that he or she is not clear, or he or she is confused. If we talk about if respondent is taking less time to give a response, then we can interpret that he or she is clear, he or she is not confused. So using response latency, we can able to measure the time a respondent take before answering a question. So these all are the different mechanical observation methods. Further, we are going to move towards the audit method. Here, if we talk about the audit method, the collection of data by examining the physical record or performing the inventory analysis. For financial audit, we all are aware about the financial audit. So if we talk about the financial audit, we are verifying the things. So meaning of audit in layman tongue, we can say that it is a verifying the things. If we talk about the observation method of audit, the basically the inventory count is example of audit method, where researcher will go to the retail store and verifying the actual how many retail how many lux store which is how many lux store which is how many lux which is available. Then it is example of a observation audit method. If we talk about if we talk about so basically audit method is based upon counts, usually physical object. Retail and wholesale audit conducted by marketing research suppliers. So here in audit method, we need to verify the things, we need to actually count the things. Inventory analysis, which is a part of the audit method. Further method of observation is a content analysis. In content, if we talk about content means it can be the word, or it can be which kind of language that they have used, what kind of topic that they have used, which is known as a content analysis. Simple example of the content analysis is, let's say for example, if you want to develop the advertisement for RB Institute of Management Studies, what we are doing, we are observing what kind of the word, what kind of the message, what kind of the features, what kind of the benefit which is used by the competitors. And based upon that, based upon analyzing the content, analyzing the word, analyzing the verbal as well as non-verbal communication, we will develop the advertisement for RB Institute of Management Studies. So basically, if we talk about the content analysis, here we are emphasizing on the content. It can be what kind of the word that they have used, what kind of the language that they have used, what kind of the features that they have used, how they have explained about institute. So basically here we are observing the content, we are observing the word, we are observing the language, we are observing the sentence. This is come under the content analysis. If we talk about the next method is a trace analysis. If we talk about trace analysis, the data collection is based on physical traces or evidence of the past behavior. Here we are observing the trace, here we are observing the mark, here we are observing some evidence, and based upon that we will interpret the things. This is come under the observation methods. Let's say for example, if I will go to the library and I am observing the marks on a book. Let's say for example, if one there are two books are there, in one book I will observe some marks. Let's say for example, in this case the pages are yellow, or there are some marks on one book, or maybe the more fingerprints on one book, then we can say that student or faculty has preferred this book. So here what I have observed, I have observed the mark, I have observed the evidence in a one book. If we talk about the another book, let's say for example there is no mark, there is no evidence, the pages are fresh, then we can interpret that it is a new book and it is not referred by the students. Here there's so many examples of trace analysis which is given. Even we to park, the age of condition of car in a parking lot where used access as a affluence of customer. Let's say for example there is one car where we can say that dust is there, which is not clean, then we can assume that, or we can observe that this car is not used by the customer. Let's say for example if we just observe the trace on the marks on two phones, one phone where we cannot able to read the letters like a b c and c d e, so in this case we can interpret that this customer is have more preferred to do the sms. Because of that we cannot able to read the letters on a keypad. So here if we talk about the trace analysis, here we are observing the mark, we are observing the evidence. Let's say for example we are observing the one magazine, we want to understand which advertisement customer read it more. So basically we are tracing the fingerprints. If one advertisement where more fingerprints are there, we can able to interpret that this advertisement which can be more read by the customer. But another advertisement where we are having the very less fingerprints are there, so we can interpret that customer had not pay attention or not read this particular advertisement. So if we talk about the trace analysis, here we are emphasizing on the mark, here we are emphasizing on the evidence, here we are observing some mark and the evidence on the things, and based upon that we will interpret the things. So here we have discussed different types of the observation, and we have discussed the different observation methods in detail. If we talk about the advantages of the observation, so basically these all are the advantages of observation method compared to others. Basically using observation method we can able to record, or we can able to observe the actual behavior as it occur. No reporting bias is there, as that we have discussed, we are observing the actual behavior as it occur. So basically there is no any reporting biases as there. Certain types of data can be collected only by observation. If I want to understand child behavior, if I want to understand animal behavior, if I want to understand the cause of accident, in this case only the observation is a method. Using that I can able to collect the data, where I cannot able to do a survey, or I cannot able to use a group discussion, or I cannot able to use a personal interview. For that only the observation is a method. Using that I can able to collect the data. If the observed phenomenon occur frequently, or if it is short duration, let's say for example if it occur frequently, then observation is a best method. Meaning of frequently, that we can say that if it is occur more frequently, let's say for example if we want to understand the shopping behavior of a customer, so that we can say that the frequently the customer is visiting the retail store, so easily we can able to understand, or we can able to observing the customer behavior within a short time period. If we talk about the disadvantage observation, then maybe it is a time consuming. How it is time consuming? Because observation, then and then the observation is possible when event is occur. If event is not occur, up to that we need to wait to observe. For example, if I want to understand the cause of the accident at a four crossroads, so I need to wait up to that the accident will occur. If accident will not occur, I cannot able to observe the things. That's why we can say that the observation, this is the biggest disadvantage of observation method. It is a time consuming and it is expensive. if we talk about it is unethical, again this is another disadvantage, because use of observation method may be unethical, as in observing people without their knowledge or consent, it is unethical things. And selective perception, bias in the researcher perception can bias the data. So these all are the different type of the disadvantages of observation method. Thank you so much.